Hello, everyone. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about hypnosis. So, going into trance is actually a rather natural state of being, and it's not uncommon for us to do it several times during the day when we just go off in a bit of a daydream, thinking about where I'd rather be or how I would have done something differently. In my favorite book, watching a movie, I think about my conscious mind like one of those people that use a blowtorch and they have that big mass that they have go in front of them. And so we've got this filter, and I'm critiquing and thinking about everything I'm saying, doing, and my surroundings and things like that. And that's my conscious mind. And underneath that is the vast majority of my mind, which is the unconscious mind, where a lot of my habits lay. So when I sit down to watch, say, Star Wars, now, if you ask me now if there's a Millennium Falcon and Han Solo, I'd say I wish. But during those 2 hours when I'm sitting there relaxed, the filter's up, and I'm focused on the movie, my unconscious mind doesn't know the difference between me actually experiencing something or watching that movie. So when something scary happens, I jump. When something sad happens, I cry. When something funny happens, I laugh. Because it's all the same for my unconscious mind. And honestly, advertisers and product placement in TV and movies, they know all too well about this, and they use our minds against us to sell their product. Now, hypnosis is using our mind and knowing how it works to our own benefit, how we want to be. So, when we talk about habits, something can be obvious like smoking or using too much alcohol, but the way we think and we approach to things is very much a habit. For example, if I'm walking along, walking is a well-grained habit for me. When I was a toddler, I really had to think about every little move in my hip, knee, and ankle. And then when my unconscious mind had it mastered, it didn't matter whether I was on carpet or grass, it just translated all across the board, and I knew how to walk. But that can do for anything. So if I have a trigger and something comes up and I start to feel anxious or I feel really depressed or I get angry, now these are emotional habits that I've created. And this can be, cravings with cigarettes, or it can be things like irritable bowel syndrome um, and how we deal with our pain. There's a lot of evidence to show we can do a lot of good for ourselves with hypnosis in those conditions as well. So there's a lot. I say if you can think it, you can change it. And so if I get a trigger, and I've always gone this way, so I immediately go, I'm anxious, or I feel depressed, or I'm, X, Y, Z, whatever it is. Those neurons in my brain keep talking to each other. And as they keep talking to each other, they send out little tendrils and they start to wire together. So neurons that fire together wire together. And if I've got a good habit, I've proven to myself I'm just very good at making a habit. So one of the important parts when you get hypnosis is to spend time before the hypnotic trance where you nut out exactly what's going on and what you want to change and how you want to be and feel, because not everybody in a given situation wants the same outcome. So it's really important to personalize your hypnotic session. So I want to go this way instead. And so when that trigger comes along, we can provide some really good strategic tools, which I sort of say are like a roadblock. So we learn them and we go, I'm not going that way anymore. This is the way I want to go. This is the way I want to feel. This is the way I want to be. And every time we roadblock and I go this way, guess what? Now those neurons are talking to each other. And once I do it several times and more than several times, they start to fire together. And then gradually I don't even think about that anymore. And I'm always going this way. And I've made the change I want to make. And that's how, in simple terms, and it is all rather simple, because when you come in for a hypnosis session, all you really need to do is sit back in that big comfy chair, relax, and you don't even have to pay attention to what I say. You can listen or drift away, and your unconscious mind listens, and you make the changes you want to make. And you need to know that hypnosis can't be made to be done to someone. They need to want to go into hypnotic trance. It's really a way of self-hypnosis, really. And that is part of teaching you how to do self-hypnosis for yourself so you can make the changes you want to make. And we can't make someone do something they don't want. So I can't make my husband cluck like a chicken. So there's a lot of myths out there, but there's a lot of great power in there because your mind is a powerful tool. And if you have any more questions, certainly get hold of your local hypnotherapist, and you always have your local GP to talk to. Take care and enjoy the day.